Okay, cool. Just gonna place you guys down right here. Okay, hello. Oh. Hello. Okay, so I've got a couple of things to show you. First off, I know you didn't get to look at it earlier, but I talked before about how we got some photo opportunities with some of the wrestlers at Wrestlemania in WWE World, and one of them in particular was everybody's favorite Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. If you're joining us now, hello. So first off, we got her signature. We had to pay money for it though, which was the downside. But so we got a pop that a friend of mine gave to me, and we decided to get it signed. Now, Mighty Margarita was a bit of an idiot, hello, and he decided to put it in the protective box without letting the autograph dry, so it's a little bit smudged. But that's okay. This pop was actually from a friend of mine. So we bought this pop previously. We just took it with us to the States and got it signed by Asuka. She loved it. Of course, everybody was getting pop signed, but that was one highlight. That's the first thing. Meeting Asuka, she was so friendly. Probably one of the nicer wrestlers that we got to interact with. She was so cute. As soon as she saw the pop, she was like, oh! If you follow her on Instagram, you'll see what type of person she is. She posts the funniest stuff ever. Go follow Asuka on Instagram. Shout out to Asuka. Next, of course, I know I showed it earlier, but this was something that Mighty Margarita got. This is, if you didn't know, this is the Wyatt 6 lamp. So if you know who Bray Wyatt was, he always came out with, how do you turn this on? Like that. I'll see if I can turn the light off so you can see it properly. Okay. That is awesome. Let me hold it up. Just gonna do this for a picture. So when this goes up on YouTube, this will be the thumbnail. That's probably one of the best things that he got. He's a huge fan of Bray Wyatt. So if you want to make him happy, just get him Bray Wyatt themed stuff. Turn the light back on. I want to try and keep this nice and sweet because I don't want to be up too late. Next, of course, we decided to go for a event book. This is probably backwards, but it had all of the lineups and the matches, and on the other side it has it's about this year's Hall of Fame. If you didn't know, Triple H was inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. That was probably the main focus, personally, what I think. But, of course, everybody who got inducted into the Hall of Fame, first off, congratulations, okay? Because it is an honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, alright? But, we'll go into this a little bit more detail. The weird thing about this, though, is it's this way, and then on this way it's upside down, so you have to flip it. It's strange. It really is strange. But if you'd like to see a full video on this alone, just let me know. I will do one. It's just hard to show it. It's like I feel like I'm reading a book to children. But it's just like a little flip book, like a souvenir book of WrestleMania. Oh yeah, this was cool as well. Like the little mini posters of all the different events. Yeah. If anybody wants to talk about anything that happened at WrestleMania, please do let me know. I am open to discussions. Just this reminded me. That situation with Randy Orton, while it was funny, I think it was a little bit, I'm going to say it bruised Joe Hendry's ego a little bit, like his reputation. Because for him to show up and challenge Randy Orton, he was basically walking into a lion's den. And I do feel bad for him because he was also, going back to the photos, he was another one of the wrestlers that we got to meet and get a picture with at WWE World. And the only one I didn't get to meet that I'm really upset about was, of course, everybody's favorite, Rhea Ripley. I wanted to meet her so badly, and I tried everything I could to meet her, but it just, I don't know, stuff just kept getting in the way. I had 3 things go wrong, like 3 separate instances where I was this close and I missed out. And the last 2 especially, I feel like I'm cursed because I was this close and it just didn't end up happening. If you know the story already, I'll sum it up quickly. Basically, the first time, I didn't realize the photo op tickets were going on sale and I missed out. By the time I realized it was too late, they were already gone. The second time was when WWE announced that they were doing a second round of selling tickets, so I jumped in the queue. I had to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, by the way. I had work the next day as well, so massive commitment. Mighty Margarita jumped in the queue as well. He actually got through first, so we used his phone to get through. We managed to get a autograph op. It was in my cart, right? So you would think that it would be, yeah, I've definitely got it. I grabbed some others as well. I got AJ Styles for a friend. I got, we ended up getting Shinsuke, Io Sky, and who else did we get? Stephanie Bakir as well. Mighty Margarita really wanted to meet her. She was adorable, by the way. Really, really cute. Anyways, I go to pay, right? And then I put in my details and they get an error saying that, oh, sorry, this one's all sold out. Guess which one was the one that was sold out? Basically, they had already sold the last autograph op for Rhea Ripley while it was in my cart. And it bugs me because why would you say you can sell something and then say it's sold out when I go to pay? Like, I was this close. I was so tired to the point where I didn't have the strength to cry because I felt robbed. And then the third time was the most BS of all, and I'm still angry about this. I refuse to fly with this airline again because of how badly they messed this up. So we flew halfway around the world to Wrestlemania, right? 14 hours on a flight all the way from Melbourne to LA. And we get to LA, and our flight to Vegas was supposed to leave at 12:30. Rhea Ripley had a free meet and greet at WSKOS Stadium in Vegas that same day. She was there from 5 till 7, and you could start lining up as early as 3. I wanted to get there at 3. We were supposed to land in Vegas at 2, which gave us an hour to go to the hotel, check in, drop our stuff off, and go, right? So that was the plan. And then thanks to the airline, which I did mention in my stream, but I won't say it again to avoid getting in trouble, that airline, first they delayed the flight by 2 hours, then they delayed it by another 4 hours, and then finally they said, oh, the plane will be leaving, I think it was like 6 or 7 o'clock, and I started crying because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it in time. I was so upset because, again, it felt like I was this close and it slipped away from me. And I'm actually getting a little emotional talking about it now. Because I was that close, and I couldn't see her. So you see what I mean where I feel cursed? But that's enough of that. I'm going to show you some of the other stuff I got. Oh, we got some pops as well. I'll probably show those on a later date. We managed to get Alexa Bliss, John Cena, and Mighty Margarita got Roman Reigns, like a bronze Roman Reigns, and also these gloves that I'm wearing. These are technically Mighty Margaritas, but they fit me better because I've got tiny hands. They are Roman Reigns, of course. We got these from WWE World. I don't want to share how much I spent at WWE World because we splurged a little bit, and that was most of our savings gone. But I got no regrets. All we did was we grabbed a lot of t-shirts, we grabbed the lamp, we grabbed this book, we grabbed the gloves, and of course we grabbed the titles that are behind me right now, which I will show you at the end of this, because they are basically the main event of this stream. But now that we're on the topic of WWE World, some of the stories that happened there were insane. first off, I did get close to seeing Rhea, but she was on the Pat McAfee show that was happening on the stage. So they broadcast live from WWE World, and we were entering on day 1. Oh, okay. Technically day 2, but it was our first day in WWE World. And we got there, and we heard her music, and I made a beeline for the stage. Like, there was already a lot of people crowded there, but I ran as fast as I could. I've never run that fast in my life. I ran straight there, and yeah, oh my god. So, if I had to say how far away I was from Rhea, I would say probably, 10 feet's too close. I'd say closer to about maybe 50 feet or 20 meters, I don't know. So, like, basically, she was up on the stage, and then I was, like, down here in the crowd somewhere, and I don't think they could hear us, but we did start chanting, like, Aussies, 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 whatever. But, I don't know if you could hear us, though. But that was such a great moment, because it kind of felt like a little bit of a relief, basically. Like, I got to see her in the end. It was like a little blessing. I did miss out on the photo ops, though, thanks to the stuff ups from both me and WWE, because they said, oh, we've got them. Oh, sorry, we don't have them. And, I will admit, I did look on Facebook for people trying to sell tickets. And I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed, because I joined a couple of Facebook groups solely to see if I could find these, and the amount of people who tried to scam me, it's honestly disgusting, especially because I even told them the whole story of what happened when I was trying to get them on the website, and they still went all out and tried to scam me, and some of them actually, I'm not proud to say this, but I did fall for one of them, and I'm really upset and, like, pissed off at myself that I did fall for it, but when they say when something seems too good to be true, it usually isn't true. That's the case. And the crap thing about this is how they do it as well. Like, some of them are really dodgy. There was one lady who's like, oh, I'll meet you there in person, and she never showed. But I didn't give her any money, so I had nothing to lose there, and she was so, like, weird about it. Like, she said, oh, my husband won't let me show proof that I've got the ticket, even though if it was just a picture of a screenshot with the QR code blurred out. Like, that's enough proof. That's all I needed to see, right? And apparently that was too much. She wasn't allowed to show it. I don't know. And then I never ended up seeing her. Another person wanted me to send the money through a third-party app, which was a huge red flag. The only people I met with genuine was there was a lady who was offering to save me a spot in the queue for the free meet and greet. I even said I'm happy to pay them. And she said, no, I'll do it for free. I felt so bad, and I was crying when I messaged her saying, I'm so sorry, my flight's been delayed, I'm not going to be able to make it. She did say that she did get to meet Rhea, and I'm a little bit jealous of her, and shout out to that lady. I won't say her name, but thank you so much for trying. Like, it wasn't your fault at all. Like, you really stuck your neck out, and you had no business to, and like, I am sorry for wasting your time. I mean, but she got to meet Rhea in the end, right? Also, I mentioned Ric Flair, earlier. I'll get to him in a second. Other things that happened at WWE, well, we saw the Usos. They were on the stage for one of the shows. We didn't meet them. We saw both Jimmy and Jay. This was after night 1, so we saw Jay with his title. The other thing as well was the make an entrance thing. That was great. It was great because it was fun seeing other fans live their dreams of, like, stepping into their favorite wrestlers' shoes and doing their entrances. Like, there was some people who were dressed up like I was. It was just a lot of fun. And it was, like, really supportive. Like, everybody who was lining up was watching other people come down the ramp, and they were all clapping and cheering and having fun, and it was cute. It was really cute. I got mine filmed as well, because they film them for free. Like, they give you a ticket at the end and say, scan this QR code to download it. And that was really nice of them, because they could charge people, like, $20 to download it, and they didn't. It was really nice on WWE's behalf to do that for free for them, basically, because the only downside was the lineup, because a lot of people wanted to do it. But, hey, you got to watch other people do it in the meantime, and it was very heartwarming, because there are a lot of people out there who, like, especially the little kids. I saw a lot of kids do, like, they did, like, John Cena, they did Cody Rhodes, there was a couple who did Shawn Michaels. There was one kid that even did Batista, that was funny. My favourite was probably, there was a little kid who did Triple H, and now, funny thing about the whole Triple H thing, so you know how Triple H, like, does the water spit thing? They had a rule that said, do not spit any type of liquid on the stage, and I have a feeling they did that just because of Triple H's entrance. Because he's the only one who really, like, spits water like that, basically. The crazy thing about that, probably the most popular entrances we saw were Cody, John Cena, a couple of Roman Reigns as well. We saw a lot of Jey Uso entrances, that was cute. Of course, I did Rhea Ripley, because she's, like, my idol. She's probably my favourite wrestler, period. Not just men's and women's. She's, like, favourite wrestler ever. Right? And she's from the same hometown as me, so that's a bonus. But, yeah. The other thing we got to do is, with our passes, we got to go to a party as well. That was not hosted by Cody Rhodes, but we did see Cody. That was cool. Again, I didn't get to meet Cody face to face, but I was at the party and he was there. That was cool. And free food and free drinks, because I was told by a couple of people that if you're in Vegas and you're sober, you're doing something wrong. I'm not saying, like, go to Vegas and drink, but definitely, like, take the opportunity to, especially if you are old enough. Like, if you're 21 or over in Vegas, do go get some cocktails, because no matter where you go, they will be amazing. Vegas itself, 10 out of 10 would do it again. I had a lot of fun in Vegas. But getting out of Vegas, that was another story. So, I mentioned Ric Flair earlier. We actually ended up on the same flight as Ric Flair out of Vegas back to LA. We were getting on the plane, and there he was in business class. He was, like, half asleep. He had a bruise on his forehead, and I literally looked at Margarita and said, is that Ric Flair? And sorry. And he goes, yeah, I think so. But he looked half asleep, and he has, like, this resting, annoyed face. Like, he always looks like he's angry at something. So we said to ourselves, look, let's just leave him alone. He probably doesn't want to be bothered. And we had to get on the plane because we had to leave quickly. That was the other stuff up. Getting out of Vegas, we had to get moved seats, because the seats in our tickets were doubled up with other people. So I asked the flight attendant about it, and the flight attendant said, oh no, you guys are sitting in the emergency exit aisle. Which was fine. They just had to teach us how to open the door in case of an emergency, which is cool. They did have to move one person though, because one of the people sitting in the exit aisle there was a bit of a language barrier, so they had to move this person, because it's not a racial thing. I think it's because the crew speaks English and they need people speaking English to understand how to open the doors. It's just a safety thing. The guy understood, and obviously we didn't have to open the doors. But I've been rambling on for long enough. I got to show you the rest of the stash. First off, I got the cups. We got these really cool cups. Where's mine gone? I don't know where mine's gone. I've got a Rhea Ripley one, but this is my new margaritas. He got Roman Reigns. Mine's the same, but with Rhea Ripley, of course. Just quickly. There it is. So these came from WWE World as well. I almost didn't get them, because, like I said, we were going through the shops, and we were just grabbing stuff we weren't even thinking. Because I said to Mighty Margarita when we were leaving, I'm like, you do realize everything we've bought, we're going to have to take back with us. We ended up getting another suitcase just to fit all of the things that we bought. I had a feeling that was going to happen as well. And it didn't help that I packed a suitcase that was smaller than his. But we made it home. Alright, time for the main event. First off, I have got, of course, the Women's World Championship. And let me say, This is extremely heavy. Like, I haven't officially weighed it, but we ended up putting both the titles in my smaller suitcase because I have a feeling if we put them in the bigger suitcase would have been too heavy and we would have been, like, charged extra for it. But this is the Women's World Championship title belt. And, of course, as how predictable, I got the Rhea Ripley side plates. Now, interesting thing, the side plates, I had to buy them separately because in the shop they were all gone. Because that's what happens when you get to WWE World on day 2, and day 1 is when they have everything and everybody goes off and just buys everything because apparently everybody's a millionaire in America. Margarita got upset because apparently they had like 1,300 limited edition Roman Reigns titles. And apparently they were all gone after day 1. They had one for each day that Roman Reigns was champion. I don't get it. I'm so clever. But, so how this works is you can swap out the side plates with whoever you want, basically. I chose to get Rhea Ripley. We ordered them online when we got back to the hotel and had them shipped home. So they were waiting for us when we got back. When you get it, it comes with the standard WWE side plates that doesn't have anybody's names on it. And as I said, it is really heavy. I'd say this weighs about, maybe 2-3 kilos. Do the conversion rate. I'm lazy. Okay, that's one. And also, every time you bought something in WWE Worlds, they would give it to you in one of these bags. And because we kept making purchases, we ended up with like 4 or 5 of them. And we weren't sure what to do with them. The other annoying bit was, for night 2 of Wrestlemania, we came straight from WWE World, and we had one of these bags. And they had a bag policy at Allegiant Stadium where everything you carried had to be in a clear plastic bag. So we're like, what are we going to do? They just let us in. Because we showed them what was in the bag, and they're like, oh, yep, in you go. And here I was worried about sneaking a Aussie flag in, because I did have an Aussie flag at WrestleMania. I don't think it was on the camera, though. Because we were on the side, so the camera was like, pretend that I'm the camera, right? We were behind the camera for most of it. Because what they'd done was, in some shots you can see they had like not metal poles, but all the wires. They were trying to hide those wires as much as possible, so the wires were behind the camera, sorry. Okay, enough rambling. Mine and Margarita's probably going to kill me because he wanted to do this himself, but he's decided to go to bed, so it's his fault. I present to you the Universal Championship belt. Oh. Is it Universal or Undisputed? I don't know. Margarita's the expert. This is really heavy. Like, mine is heavy, but this is, like, really heavy. This weighs at least twice as much. And, of course, because it's mine and Margarita, he decided to get the Roman Reigns side plates. His is different, though. Like, on one side, he's got the Superman Punch logo, and then on the other side, he's got his Roman Reigns logo. Which, I used to think it was a spider of some kind, I'm not gonna lie. It's not. Okay. But I've rambled on long enough. This was not cheap, by the way. And also, Mind Margarita being a dummy, he did drop it and it cracked one of the diamonds on the top. We're gonna try and get it fixed, though. Yeah, this is heavy. This was probably the heaviest thing we brought back from the States. I want to do another, not merch drop, but, like, haul of what we brought back from the States, when I do my next Star Wars stream. Because, as well as WWE World, we also went to Disneyland, and we did a couple of things in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. But that's a topic for another day. I've rambled on for way too long, and I've got to go get some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini stream of mine. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's been up for a week on Twitch already. and it's up on YouTube now for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!